Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Monster High news to talk about. From more G3 prototypes being revealed, we have a breakdown for the new episode and more, so stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with the prototypes. So we finally have our first full look at the Claudine prototype, and then we also have a full look at the Ghoulia, Toralei prototypes, and then for Frankie and Draculaura, I think we saw these before, but they are just more complete here, and Draculaura looks different. Like that's a different prototype from what we've seen before. Like her whole outfit is different. So yeah, definitely a lot of new prototypes. I wonder how many they really had for each character. The only character that we haven't seen now is Deuce. So I wonder if he'll ever get revealed, and who else, you know, if like Abby's prototype, Claude, you know, Twyla, like if those are ever going to be revealed. Let's get into these first pictures, which were both shared by @thedollyolds on their story. Again, I'm not really sure where these images come from. As with all these prototype leaks and stuff, it's really hard to track down like, oh, where they actually originated from. But here we can see, you know, full body looks at Frankie, Claudine, and Draculaura. Like I mentioned, Draculaura, her look is different from what we had seen before. Frankie has like a gray skin tone like on the legs, but their head is blue. And then Claudine, we finally have a full look at her. So let's start off with Claudine, whose prototype we hadn't seen before fully. Yeah, here's you know, the official release core Claudine, and then the prototype on the right. So not a lot of changes really design wise. Like the outfit is pretty much the same, the face sculpt is probably also the same, but the screening is done differently on the prototype. I kind of prefer the prototype screening. I just feel like it gives her more expression. I also like how they kind of made one side of her mouth like higher, so it's like she's like smiling to one side, you know, like a smirk. So really cute. And then the hairstyle is also a little bit different. I imagine this is also not poly what they use in the prototype. The hair bun looks much more thicker. The ears look to be the same. I think also the side glance, that's actually the same too. The freckles weren't as heavy on the prototype. The eyebrows were thicker. The outfit, no necklace here. The one piece has some gold appliques on the front, which are actually really cute. No belt for her, the prototype. The sleeves, like the shirt, different print. Then we have the shoes, which are the same mold, I believe, but a different color. The prototype ones had pink instead of purple. And then we do have the socks are basically the same. So I think overall, nothing really changed, just like really minor details. But I kind of still prefer the original expression more. Next, we have Frankie, and wow, I mean, they really did change, I think, a lot more here on the prototype Frankie. Like the face sculpts looks different for sure. I don't know, I like the prototype's expression. Again, I just feel like it's more full of life, but I do prefer the overall final result on the actual doll that they released. But I feel like the prototype face sculpt was just a little bit more unique looking, and again had more expression. The hairstyle is the same. There's no blue though, and the colors are just much more muted, like just darker overall. With the outfits, the plaid print is still there, but again just more black. The belt, a completely different mold. The jacket, essentially the same design, but again different structure. Like it's a different size. It's bigger on the prototype version, and then the black side has no pink lightning bolts, so it is different. And then the legs on Frankie are gray. So the head is blue, but the legs are gray. So that's a little bit off. I'm not sure. Maybe it's supposed to look like they have tights on, like very thin tights, and that's why they're painted. I don't know. But the gray legs with the blue head definitely is peculiar, but actually I didn't really notice it at first, so I guess it's not too obvious. I don't know, I feel like it's weird. It's still like it's just off, right? The prosthetic leg has a silver shine, which the metallic shine, I feel like that looks better. And the shoes are just chunkier and just bigger. Then for Draculaura, again, she looks different from the other prototype that we had seen. Her hairstyle, you know, there's no witch hat here as well. The bangs, the two, you know, the pink and black hair. I do like the, you know, opposite colored bands, like plastic bands, hair ties, you know, again, contrasting the black and pink in her hair. The face up is different. I'm not sure. It's a different face sculpt for sure. I prefer the final one overall. And then the outfit is actually like a really nice mixture of her final design, but also like a dress and then the overskirt and then the sheer sleeves are like similar to the final version. So I'm not sure, but here she's wearing tights as well. And the shoes have little bat wings. So I think that's super cute. And I think the overall execution is definitely better on the final version. Now, there's also this image that the dollyolds also shared where it's the Draculaura doll, but here she is in the other outfit that we had seen prior, I believe. It's the same outfit. So as you can see, it's very much darker, a lot of more black, and it's a lot more close to what we ended up getting, but just, again, different. Like I feel like this is like just the black version of what we just saw, and then here she just also has like a witch hat on, and so like, and also like the bat bow tie. So that's really the difference, the main difference. And the shoes are also just really chunkier and bigger. And I think originally, I guess they were going to include little cards or like an umbrella, which would have been so cute. Like the umbrella, like that would have been amazing. But instead we got nothing, no umbrella, a parasol, sorry, and no card, which maybe it would have been like a student ID kind of card. I'm not sure, but that would have been really fun to get some kind of like, you know, diary or card with the dolls. Moving on, we have our first look at the prototypes for Toralei and Ghoulia here as well. Previously, we had only seen the face for the prototype of Toralei, but now we have the full, you know, body shots that were shared by @dollsfordessert on their story. But again, I'm not sure what the actual source here is and where they got these pictures actually. First up, we have Toralei, and I think her outfit really stayed the same. The biggest change was with her skin tone, hair, and then the, you know, face up with the side glands. So the skin tone, I think it's much better with the deeper orange they ended up going with. The hair seemed to have a mixture of black as well on the top. I understand why they left that out, but I also feel like that would have been a nice touch. I don't know. I don't hate the black hair, the black strands on prototype Toralei. And then we also have the actual face screening, which, you know, she originally had a side glance. I also think that gave her more expression. And the final one still has expression. I like the smirk they gave her. Like, you know, it's still really good, but I feel like the side glance would have really just, you know, really brought it up a notch a little bit more. So I do hope that one day we get a Toralei with a side glance like this. Then we have Ghoulia. Now the shoes are the exact same. The skirt seems to also be the exact same. And the shirt has the same, you know, design and cut, but the difference here is the just the, you know, logo or whatever print they used on the front. That's just the only difference. Other than that, really the biggest difference here with Ghoulia is the jacket. So in the final version, she's wearing this jacket. It's like a windbreaker kind of. It has a brain print, and it's cute. You know, it's very fitting for Ghoulia. But on the prototype version, the jacket was a hoodie. You know, like it had an actual hood in green. They even had like patches on the sleeves. It seemed to be longer, bigger, so I kind of preferred the green hood here as well. The final one is fine, but I feel like the color really helped it out for the design overall. And then also the face grading and the glasses. So the glasses are a completely different mold that they use on the prototype. I think they even resemble the original Ghoulia's glasses a little bit more than the final one, who had just, you know, really triangular glasses. And a face grading, I kind of want to say that's a different face grading, but maybe it's just really like the lipstick makes it look that way. Yeah, but it still looks pretty much the same, and the hairstyle is just a different deeper blue. Next up, we have yet another sighting of a Spectra listing on eBay. I believe this was shared by @cleosnilee, as always, on their story. And just yesterday we talked about another Spectra getting sent out by mistake instead of Scalita, and now we have another listing. So like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, how is no one at Mattel checking what they ship out to people? Like, so like technically, I guess, like, does that mean that if you order anything off of Mattel Creations that you could get a Spectra Haunt Couture runway doll instead? Like, really, is that how it's working now? Because it's ridiculous. I mean, it seems like such a gamble game now. It's just, and that's not how it works. Also, thanks to cleosnilee, we have a first look at a brand new backpack that I'm assuming will also be sold at Hot Topic alongside with this brand new hoodie. It's really cute. Both of these were found on Mercari apparently, so I'm sure that the actual release in general stores will be soon. Again, I'm not sure Hot Topic, but I'm assuming Hot Topic, since that's where they've done these releases so far. Moving on to some Off-White collab doll updates. These pictures are by @vanpirluvvr on Instagram stories and their posts. So they got their hands on a Symphony doll, but apparently she came shipped, or I don't know, like if they chipped her eyebrows by accident, or like if she came with the eyebrows chipped or whatever, but you can clearly see the eyebrow screening is chipped. It's a defect, and I believe they tried to fix it, but it's still obvious that it's a defect. So that really sucks that the price point still doesn't guarantee a flawless, or at least a presentable, face application. And then I just wanted to also really show that the doll here does come with like multiple versions of the dress. Like, there's multiple pieces that you can wear as is, so I think that's just really fun. And like this dress by itself, like with the frill alone, and just the heels, like, it's just so cute. Like, I just like the fact that she kind of has like two looks in one depending on her pieces. Moving on to the episode breakdown for Power Heist. So basically it's all about Katarina's Stripe going to Monster High. She is a renowned talisman specialist, so she's there to teach a class with Claudine in it, and Toralei as well. And you can tell that Toralei and her mom just are disconnected. They are not as they used to be. Katarina Stripe, her mom, realizes that Claudine is in she has the moon wolf claw talisman. I forget how to say it, but she has the talisman thanks to her mom, because it used to belong to her. And basically Katarina Stripe wants to exchange the talisman for Claudine mom's diary. So then the gang pulls off a little heist, a little switcheroo, with the help of Toralei nonetheless as well. So it's almost like Toralei and Claudine at the very end end up being friends. And not just Claudine and Toralei, but actually the whole gang ends up becoming friends with Toralei at the very end, even Draculaura. So because Toralei helped Claudine get her mom's diary, and it all went fine. So that's really fun. I honestly like how I enjoy the way Claudine and Toralei have been written, especially Toralei. I think, obviously she's kind of like a Harley Quinn character, where it's like an anti-hero, like you love to hate them. You know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to be evil, but they're not really evil. They're just, again, anti-hero. So I like that they're kind of like playing with redeeming Toralei here, and now they are on good terms, so hopefully that'll last a little long, also because the next episode again is all about midterms and the Werebeast, which include Toralei obviously. But yeah, it was really fun to see Katarina and Toralei's interactions, and like really how disconnected they are. Hopefully they fix that as well. And since Claudine has her mom's diary and the talisman now, I figure they are now only need to find the vampire talisman and the sea creature talisman. And then they have all they need to be able to get her mom back. Now the next episode is the midterms one, where we get to see the introduction of Mercedes King, a new character, so I'm excited. But yeah, that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and become a member today so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily, and keeping you up to date with all the dollsy you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.